Misa, hope you have a great stream. Surely, chat won't troll you. Whoa, hold on now, is that the awesome mod mystic in chat?
Sorry, my mind is foggy at the moment.
Sorry. Gomendasai. When the chatbot said my mind is foggy, I'm like, oh no, I ran out of tokens. And now I don't remember how I get tokens. The stupid chat GPT tokens for the stupid chatbot. The little cat, it's broken. So yeah, I was trying to fix that, but I don't know how. So that's fine. We'll do
Sorry,
it later.
my mind is foggy at the moment.
So yeah, see, it's saying it's foggy. No, I'm gonna turn it off. Let me just turn it off. Close. There we go. Won't have it, and it'll be fine. Because it's gonna keep saying it's foggy. Merely, it's just saying that I'm out of money. But yeah, welcome back, everybody. How you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good time zone. Happy Tuesday. Happy New Week. Happy April. Happy April Fools. Happy Easter. Happy, yeah, lots of stuff. Cause yeah, we haven't been here in a while. But yeah, how you guys doing? I missed y'all. I mean, I had a lot of fun, but I also missed chat. Hope you guys missed me too. Also, thank you for the 32 years, Mystic. I appreciate it. Look at all those little dance. Thank you, and welcome back. Hope you're doing well, Mystic. So Naima, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've been well. Cutlet, welcome on in. Hope you have been well as well. I saw Kieran stop by. I hope you're doing well. Nana stopped by. I hope Nana's doing well. Hope everybody has been well. Hope you guys can hear me. I think there was an update on OBS and I just clicked update. So yeah, if anything's not working, it's probably that. Yeah. But yeah, we're here. We're back. We were gone for about a solid almost week and a half of streaming, maybe 2. I don't know. Got a 12-day vacay from work, but we here. Who's got a 12-day vacay? Me? I did. Oh wait, I had a 10-day. I had a 10-day vacation. Do you have a 12-day? Oh, you do? Oh, yay! Congrats! What are you doing for the 12 days? That's a long time. Tell me you're doing something good. Oh, heck. Fuck! I'm sorry. No, that's not a vacation. I mean, I guess that's a better way to look at it. Didn't get scared. Yeah. I'm sorry for clapping. I thought it was actually you said vacation. That's no good. I'm sorry, Mystic. That's not. I could have sworn they were scheduling you a lot. Now all of a sudden, no. I'm sorry. I did not mean that clap. I read vacation. I was like, oh, Mystic's going on another vacation. But that's not good. Hopefully 12 days is a lot to not schedule you. I hope that's just a glitch or something. Your work schedule is consistent. Oh, and okay, so that's a normal thing to just like have lots of, like, I guess there are somewhere like you have like lots of days of work and then like it slows down and then you got recently, or no. Hopefully that I mean, it'd be better to be consistent, but I'm going to hope that it gets more consistent after 12 days. That's a lot of days. Well, do you like have anything planned for it? I mean, obviously it's probably out of nowhere. You don't have anything planned, but I guess you could plan to utilize the time in some way, maybe. Get back in. Oh, there you go. Yeah, look at it as a positive. What you can do. There's always a positive that you can see in it. Okay, let me close this because we're not going to worry about that chatbot. Chatbot's just not going to work, so don't ask it any questions. But yeah, it's just a better way to look at it as positive and then make use of the time, and then hopefully after that it goes back to some consistency. I don't know much about your line of work other than, yeah, I do know there's some inconsistencies because you've had some like really long days stacked. So I do know there are some lines of work that do that, to like stack a lot of work and then it slows down, and they stack a lot of work and then it slows down. Those kind of things. But yeah. I'm gonna go over the schedule first before we go into like the complete yapping. Cause yeah, I posted a schedule. I wasn't lazy. We're doing yapping today. Hopefully we can get through everything. I have like 60 slides. So I was like, I don't know, that was a lot. Hopefully we can get through it in one day. I don't know about like the hand cam part. Everything was busting because like I tried to turn my hand cam on and like it wasn't like reading, so I don't know, we'll see. So Wednesday is rather going to be like part 2 if I need a part 2, or maybe do a little bit of hand cam and then jump into Resident Evil. Like hopefully there's enough time to get back into that. Friday will be different. I will not be on my channel. I'll be on Tokuichi Sakai's channel. They asked me months ago that they do like a talk show, and they asked if I wanted to be on their channel. I said sure. So that's on Friday, so I will give you guys the link to their channel, and if you watch me normally you can just go on to their channel and I'll be there, and then we'll full on jump into Resident Evil on Saturday. So it might be 1.5 of Resident Evil, or if I'm really itching for it I might even scoot in a Sunday just to like, because I do miss it. I want to finish the game. But yeah, so today is our yap. Obviously I went on a trip to Japan. I came back Saturday. Luckily for me, what do you call it, jet lag wasn't really much, it didn't really do much to me. I think it's because I have a shitty sleep problem and I have to take sleep pills, so I think between that, just having really bad sleep and having sleep pills, it just kind of balanced it out where it didn't matter.
John the Super Saiyan 3 is now level 379.
I did wake up earlier though. I was waking up early. I was waking up at like 5 in the morning. I guess, but like that wasn't really like terrible because I wake at 5:30 in the morning for work. So, and then I was going to bed like maybe like 8 or 9, so not really that much. And then when I got back, yes, Saturday I like crashed for a little bit, and then it was kind of to normal on Sunday. So yeah, hey John, welcome on in. Happy Tuesday, welcome back. No, I was just telling everybody the schedule for this week, and we are now jumping into talking about the trip. Yeah, we're so enjoying it. You got what do you mean? I'm about to. But yeah, so I'm thankful that I didn't deal with jet lag. The person I traveled with, they got it bad. They still are dealing with it. They were dealing with it, I think, the entire time that they were there, and then now that we're back in the US, I think they're still dealing with it. So I'm lucky. I lucked out on that, so I'm grateful for that. I was worried about the flight because like generally the longest flights I've had is to the West Coast, which is about 6 hours. And usually then I'm just kind of like nervous about like, oh, I don't want to use the bathroom on the plane. I gotta hold it, and you know, I get all nervous. I was really nervous about a 14.5-hour flight. But it actually wasn't bad. I actually tolerated it pretty well. I bought some like compression socks, so my legs were fine. The bathroom wasn't really an issue actually. I think because they have so many on them, there wasn't always like a terrible line, so I, you know, had a chance to go and not be like, oh, let me look, is someone in there, you know, because usually in like the domestic flights I'm always like, is there a line, is somebody going there? It's like, I don't want to stand, you know, in the aisle and block stuff. But it wasn't much of an issue, so that was nice. I didn't sleep much on the plane, but I never sleep much on, well, I was like in and out. I didn't get like good sleep. But I mostly watched like in-flight entertainment. So I was just watching stuff. The internet sucked ass though. I had United going there. The internet was like slow. Like it worked, but it was slow. I had ANA, All Nippon Airlines, coming back, and they do not offer internet. Like American flights, most of them, if you're on T-Mobile, you get free internet. ANA was like, nope, you want internet, you gotta pay. And I'm like, I'm not paying for shitty internet. And it's like a lot of money. I was like, nope, I don't need it. I'm gonna watch stuff. So I watched Exit 8. I watched the anime movie Your Name. And then I was watching some Jujutsu Kaisen. But yeah. ANA is comfy. It was comfy, I will say that. But like, no. You haven't seen it? I enjoyed it. I was like, oh, this reminds me of chill arts, like playing those games. So I actually enjoyed it. I'm not spoiling it. I'm just saying, like, I enjoyed it. And it was funny. I wanted to watch it simply because of the first half of my trip. The subway system, like, was a horror for me because I just could not for the life of me figure it out. And I was just like so stressed out. I was like, oh, this movie is totally gonna like fit. You know, and it kind of did, because I'm like, oh yeah, you know, like there were things that like connected. So I was like, yeah, not spoiling, but I did enjoy it from as a horror game player and playing like chill arts games, and it has that same feel. It's pretty good. I recommend. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, I would imagine I'm pretty sure somebody has had that. Because I feel like there are people, you'll see them going and they don't come out for a while. And I'm like, something's going on in there. So, yeah. That would suck, but like, there's nothing you can do. You gotta go, you gotta go. Yeah. So I don't even aisle. I prefer the aisle seat. If I can choose my seat, it's aisle. But I usually also don't get to choose my seat because I pay for the economy and they don't let you choose your seat. So I'm thankful every time I get an economy ticket, which is practically every time, and they give me an aisle seat. Or the rare occasion where it's like, oh, you can pick your seat, then I always get aisle seat. I don't want anything else. I used to think window was cool when I was younger, but obviously it's because you're young and you're a kid and you're dumb and you're like, oh yeah, I get to look out the window, and you don't think about the fact that if you gotta go pee or something, you gotta climb over to people or get them to get out the way. And what if they're sleeping? Yeah, so yeah, I don't like the window. Middle is like, it's better than window, but still got to get past one person. Like I don't know. But yeah, it was comfy. It was all right. Food was all right. Did like that ANA gave you options, because United did not. They just kind of like, here's your food. Food was all right. And then ANA, at least they were like, yeah, do you want this or this? Now that's cool. So I would say, if you really care about having internet, you might want to not go on a Japanese plane because they don't give it to you for free. But if you don't care and you're fine watching movies or in-flight entertainment or reading or sleeping, then it's no big deal. But yeah, I'm going to switch over. I think I'm going to switch over to this one. I think I'm going to do here. For the pictures. Yeah, we're going to do here. Gotta find where I put it. I have a lot of pictures, so I plan to go what I was going to do is like go day by day and like kind of walk you through my trip, like how it went. Let me see. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So let's do. Actually, no. The first picture is my stuff. All right. I bought a lot of stuff. I spent way too much money. I spent a lot of money. I spent more than I brought. Yeah, and then when I look at it, I'm like, it wasn't like a whole lot, but it was a lot. So the left picture is like the snacks that I had gotten. I was gonna go really crazy with the snacks, but the person I was with was like, they didn't want to buy like almost anything, and I started to feel like self-conscious, like you know, so I'm like sitting there buying all these snacks. So I didn't go as crazy as I probably would have if I was by myself. So it might not look as packed, but I was also thinking to myself, I gotta eat all this stuff. And usually when I go home, I don't actually end up eating everything. I actually end up like, stuff goes bad. So I didn't really want to like overbuy too, because I know I'm not going to eat, like I'm just not going to be able to eat it all. Except those see this thing that says Friend Bakery, it's on the far left, those cookies, I will annihilate all 3 bags. But yeah, I just kind of got a mixture of like cookies, gummies, canned chocolate. Found some cat cookies, some chips. Yeah, I kind of found some like strawberry latte. I was like, that's cool. So yeah, on the right side is probably less interesting if you aren't interested in like beauty and stuff like that. But I went to what is it? A convenience store, but like a medical, not a medical, like just like a, like where they sell like medicine and like beauties, and kind of like the pharmacy. It wasn't like the full pharmacy, but yeah. So I got like, I know I've heard a lot about Asian sunscreen, so I've got like 3 or 4 packs of those because I heard that they're really good. So the BORAs are like sunscreens. Got some like eye drops, I kept saying ads for the Funkel, so I got some like face wash, medicine at the top, that gold box is, I had heard that like you should get that for when you're sick, so I got that. I saw nose plugs and I'm like, you know what, I always get like runny nose. I'm like, that might work for me if I could just like stick one up my nose and not have to worry about everything dripping out. So I was like, okay, yeah. So and then I got like toothbrushes and toothpaste, because at the hotel they provided toothbrushes and toothpaste. I was like, oh, this is different. The toothbrush feels different, the toothpaste is different. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy some like toothpaste. So yeah. And then of course we have oh wait, I'm in the way. Anime stuff. Wait, how do I move myself out of the way? Oh, I can't. I'll go right there. Yeah, so obviously I spent the most on anime stuff. I had to split it up into, no, why would I spend my money on it? No. I am so in love with the top left one. It is Hakuji. You know, it's I love the Demon Slayer movie. And I was like, oh my god, they have them, Koyuki and Hakuji. So I bought a lot of like, obviously there's a lot of Demon Slayer stuff, Jujutsu Kaisen. I found Hololive stuff, so I was like, oh, VTuber. So I bought various Hololive stuff. I went to the Pokemon Center, so I got some Pokemon stuff just kind of in there, here and there. Chainsaw Man, Spy Family. I actually found Magic Knight Ray Earth, which is like super old. I was like, whoa, they have like old anime stuff. So I got that. Oh, I found some Gachiakuta. I was so happy to find Gachiakuta stuff. So I got some Gachiakuta, some My Hero. There's like some gashapons at the top there. I literally only found one Resident Evil thing and it was in a gashapon. So I got like a gashapon because I went to Capcom store. They were like sold out, or they just didn't really have anything. So I was like, that sucks. So yeah, just kind of like random stuff. Just random stuff. Yeah, how would I didn't see any Nijisanji. When I went to the Ami, they had like a large section of, in Akihabara, they had a large section of Hololive. I did not see any Nijisanji, which I'm happy for. And I did think about it for a second. I was like, you know what? I saw a lot of Hololive stuff. I didn't see any Nijisanji stuff. So yeah. Yeah, there was lots of variety. I was disappointed because I went around Akihabara. I didn't see any Sailor Moon. I was surprised at some of the old stuff, but there was like no Sailor Moon. I was like, man, I was hoping to get something to Sailor Moon, but I did not see anything anywhere. So yeah, just a lot of... It's not. Nijisanji is not. They actually do very well in terms of profits. So they're not dead. I just think that they're probably in certain places that I didn't go to. And I think that maybe Hololive probably does a little bit more marketing of their merchandise, is my guess. And I think Nijisanji gets a lot of like overseas. They're fine. I just think they don't market as much, which is fine because I didn't want to see it. But yeah, lots of anime stuff, tons of stuff was cool. I honestly didn't get a lot. Hey, Barkley, how you doing? How you been? I didn't get a lot of like Japanese, like Japan specific things. I think it's because I blew so much money on snacks and anime stuff that when I started being like, oh yeah, I need to buy like Japan related stuff, I'm like, oh my god, I spent so much money. So, and then I ended up spending those souvenir stuff more for like family members. Yeah, I got a Maneki Neko. I need a Maneki Neko. So I got like a bag, some keychains, some like smelly lotion. I don't know why I don't Hello Kitty stuff. I just put it there. I did find a stamp, only one stamp rally. That was at the Shinjuku, the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building in Shinjuku. So I did that. I just didn't get both because I went up one tower, and then to get the other one, you got to go on the other side. The other side was packed, like had a long ass line. I was like, why? Because the one I went to had 0 line, and then the other one had a giant line. So I just like, nope. And it was raining too, so I was like, no. So I got like one stamp. So if I go back, I can always try to get the other stamp. Yeah, but like the tower that I picked, the tower that supposedly you could see Mount Fuji from. Of course I didn't, but yeah, I was going off of that. I was going off of which one supposedly has a view, and they had said that tower. So yeah, the other one is that's the ANA, the Pikachu. I never pay attention to like the flight instructions, but when they have the flight instructions with Pokemon, you will sit there and you will watch the flight instructions, and you will watch everything related to flight related things when they stick Pikachu and Pokemon in there, because I was like just watching because it was really cute. So yeah, if anything, ANA is fun just for the fact that like all of their flight stuff has Pokemon in it. It was so cute. I was like, I gotta take a picture of this. It wasn't, it was a little bit cloudy. It wasn't cloudy where I was. No, that day wasn't too cloudy, but it was cloudy where the mountain was. So I was like, okay. Which is what I heard was like, it's really hard to see Fuji in general. Like, cause even on a clear day, it can quickly just kind of disappear, which is what happened. Like, okay, it's like, yeah. Yeah, I had ANA coming back. I had United going there. You took Singapore? Okay. I just, yeah, that was the flights that like the times are good. And Delta, you get Zenitsu telling you how to buckle up. I don't know about that. I wanted to fly on a Japanese airline anyways for the food. Saw Fuji on the Shinkansen. See that? When I get to my pictures, like when I did my research, it had said the place I went to, like you could supposedly see Fuji on your way there, and it was a clear day. And riding the Shinkansen, I did not see it. And so then I was like, damn it, I'm not gonna see Fuji, because that was supposed to be how I see it. And it rained a lot. It rained a lot. It was miserable, especially 3.5 days. It was bad. I don't know why. It was just raining a lot, to the point where it's like there were some days where I was like, no, we gotta go inside. Yeah, it's hard. I went out of Tokyo, but I think I just didn't go far enough. It made me want to play another. Do it. It's so fun. Apparently Barkley has already went twice. Yeah, I didn't know that you had gone there again. Had to buy an umbrella. I brought an umbrella with me, but I think next time I just want to buy one from 7-Eleven, the clear ones. I can't believe. I know, right? Barkley has gone more than me. I'm jealous. Okay. This is after arriving. I stayed in Shinjuku. I stayed at the Keio Plaza Hotel. So that was the first picture on the left. Is you can see the hotel. The two in the middle are just like, it was so beautiful. The hotel was so beautiful. It was so nice. It was a 4-star hotel, not gonna lie. And you could definitely tell. Just a lot of like really nice things. So it was like really pretty things. And on the right, they had like this like video being displayed on the video from the building. I think that's the Metropolitan building. Like there would be videos being displayed on that building. So I caught a picture of a sumo wrestler. It was pretty cool. I don't remember how. I know total for 2 people was like 77,600. I want to say for a flight and hotel. Yeah. But it was like when I was booking it, I was like, I don't know if I get to go again. And there were certain things that, like the person I went with wanted a gym, and then both of us wanted like breakfast. So it's like I had to narrow it down to like that. So this just ended up being like, it was a nice ass hotel. I would go again. Me personally, I would go again. I know people aren't made out of gold, but like it was worth it for me. When you go again, I'll call the Park Hyatt and get you a seat. You can see Fuji. I don't know when I get to go again, because like I have to find somebody that goes with me, but I do want to go again. I mean, it would probably be a while, because there are like I do want to go to Korea with my bestie, and stuff like that. Hey Ronan, welcome on in. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to go next year, that's for sure. There's definitely no money for another big trip like that. Yeah, and I can't do like big trips that often. Korea's probably the next big one, and that definitely won't be next year. Probably the year after. So yeah, me and Mr. Good. Really? Very cool. I can't go next year. I used up my international money on this trip this year. I would not have the money saved up to go again next year. And then like for me, it's like I can only go a specific time, which is spring break. That's it. I'm not going in the summer. But yeah, that was like the view of the hotel. On the left, konbini. That was my dinner, because between arriving, going through customs, trying to find a hotel, checking in, just was too tired to girl boss dinner. So I got like onigiri, I got like it's like a strawberry custard type thing, and a drink, the cider drink. On the right, the Keio Hotel, I did breakfast. So breakfast was included. So every day I just went down to the breakfast buffet, and I had breakfast buffet every morning, and it was really nice because I could set the pace of my day, not trying to figure out at least one meal. The meal was already set for me. Hey DK, how you been? Thank you for the 15 years. Welcome. Happy Tuesday, by the way. And it was nice because their buffet was both Japanese and American. So, because I know some people might say, oh, you did a buffet, so, you're not going to get Japanese. No, they had Japanese food. They had, like, both. Hope you've been well, DK. Welcome. So I did have, like, miso soup, homemade tofu, salmon. Yeah, like, I did do some of the Japanese breakfast there. But yeah, to me, I prefer having, especially if it's somewhere really far, Fair enough, you're still invited. I appreciate the invite though. Just having it there because I don't want to have to like, oh, I gotta figure out where am I going to eat, you know, and then like, and then am I eating this and then I'm going out, or am I eating this and I'm coming back? It's like this, it's like your own pace. It doesn't matter. You go when you want to eat breakfast. You can go right back up to your room if you want, and then, you know, go from there. So yeah, that was the first day and morning. And then these are just more photos from Shinjuku. The left is walking towards the hotel because it's like, oh, cool, big flashing lights. Middle is more of the decoration that was inside the hotel. And the right is the street that was like near the hotel. Good about your camera. I don't think I heard the jingle because I didn't go in there. I was like, I don't need a camera. So I got my phone. But it was there. It was right there. Tax-free. I saw tax-free everywhere. All right. So the first actual day was Sunday. This was the first like thing that we did. They have general electronics and home goods, more than cameras. Where did I go? I can't remember where I went to look at electronics and so I did go somewhere. I didn't go in there because I didn't know what it was. I just saw camera and I was like, oh, cameras. Okay, so I had read that if you go to Odawara on the Shinkansen, you could see Mount Fuji in the Shinkansen as you go there. So I believed that. And also because between all of the family stuff that's going on really truncated the amount of time I had to plan. I feel like if I could have planned, if I had bet more time and focus and not stress, I could have planned better and maybe gone farther out. But that's where I went to. It's Odawara. I went to Odawara because they had said, A, they had said you could see it on the way, and B, because I couldn't go to visit the what you call it. It was all booked. Because the Imperial Palace was booked, I was like, okay, well then I'll go to a Japanese castle, and that was like one. And I thought that I could do 2 birds in 1 stone. You've stayed in Roppongi. Wait, I didn't. Roppongi, Ikeburo, different vibes. Park Hyatt, a super hotel. Food was there, is great, but it was nearing 1 to 2. That's a lot. 1 to 2K a night. Recently stayed in an Airbnb. That was nice. Food was hard. Yeah, food is hard to come by. Yeah, I feel like if you're not, like, for me, I want to be laid back, then yeah, hotel's better. But if you're like very outgoing and like just really want to be out there, then yeah, like probably Airbnb and stuff like that kind of works for you. You see Fuji from Tokyo, Kyoto? Yeah, I didn't go to Kyoto. My whole stay was literally in Tokyo and going to different parts of Tokyo. That's all. Yeah, that's what I thought. Odawara was a bit of a train ride, but I sat on the window side, the side that said you could see Mount Fuji. I did see mountains. I just didn't see Mount Fuji. That's what you did? Well, I mean, hey, if it worked for you and it was fun, that's, you know. So yeah, this is the Shinkansen. Took that to Odawara, thinking I would see Mount Fuji. I did not, so I was like, man, but that's fine. At least I did want to experience riding on the Shinkansen, and I got to experience in that, and it was pretty cool. It was very fast, and especially cool when the trains pass each other and they're just like zooming past each other. This one though is the Nozomi. Is a slower one because it stops at every stop. So it was a slower Shinkansen though. Yeah, I had tons of fun. So those are just pictures of it. And here's pictures of, I went to Odawara Castle. was really cool as we were walking up, this samurai dude just like popped up and just started blowing a horn. It's just like, I was like, what is that? And I was like, oh my gosh, look at this samurai guy. So I had to take a photo of him. It was really cool. And then they would march around. They would march around the castle too. So I was like, yeah. Gets to Kyoto in 2 point. That's nice. You also took, oh nice, you took a nose of me too. Yeah. Hey Curse, welcome on in. Happy Tuesday. I would say like I might have tried to go to, I don't know if I would have tried in just a week. Week is just not long enough to go that far because 2.5 hours you probably have to stay there. I just, with every good thing going on, I just didn't have time to like plan everything to a T. So, but I'm happy with what I got here, really liked it, really was excited to see the people dress up as samurai. The views were really pretty because obviously it was sakura season, so kind of wherever you went there were sakura. So here's some cherry blossoms and a castle in the background in both of the pictures. And then you could kind of see the castle there and the stairs up to Odawara Castle. I've already gone before, so yeah, I feel like that's what I would do. If I go again, I would definitely go to Kyoto, Osaka, something like that. Probably less time in Tokyo and actually probably stay and go somewhere else and explore somewhere else. Yeah. But yeah, it's hard to do a day trip in 1 week. Because we were actually considering, because we didn't see Fuji on our trip, and we're like, maybe we can do like a guided tour, because we also know, because from the researchers said like it really depends on the weather. Like you have to have a really clear day, and then it was raining every day, and then it was like Friday it's gonna be sunny, and we're like, we could try, but it's like Friday is our last day, and then we gotta also figure out how to get to the airport and pack up. And it's like, do we really want to like do a like complete day trip on the last day? I was like, no. So next time. But yeah, this is the castle. In the middle, you get to go all the way up to the top, and there's an observatory at the top. You can kind of see that. So it was really cool to be able to see the surrounding, town, and you could see the water from there. It was really nice. I used, what was it called? S-Ride taxi. It's a nice hotel, so we just went down. We're like, hey, can you help us get a can you help us get a taxi? And they're like, yep. And then they just went out and told the taxi driver take us to the airport. From the airport though, took the bus. The bus was easy from the airport. Trying to take the bus back would have been a pain in the ass, because apparently where it dropped us off was really great, but then when I was researching it, it's on the other side of Shinjuku Station. It's like, oh my, trying to figure that crap out was like, oh no, not with 2 luggage trying to figure out where to go. So I was like, no, bus would have been nice and cheaper, but the stops are just, yeah. So yeah, I didn't do that. And then yeah, there's some more samurai parading around the castle. The dinner that night was Coco Curry House. So I had katsu curry, and it was very yummy. I love katsu curry, so it was nice to be able to have it in Japan. And I also liked the place because I ordered on a tablet, which I ended up gravitating towards places that had tablets to order food. Because I didn't have to have the anxiety of is it gonna be trouble? Is there gonna be a language barrier trying to order food? Because I had that anxiety the entire time. You took the bus from the airport to Tokyo and then taxi. Yeah, that's what I did. The bus was, my bus wasn't that bad. Definitely wasn't that bad. Taxi was way more expensive. And I will say this, I don't know why, but all the Japanese that I remember just went out my head. it was as if I did not know Japanese. So the whole time I was there, I might as well just only been an English speaker who understood what I was being told a little bit, but as far as speaking it, no. And obviously I can't I'm illiterate. I can read kana, but I can't read the kanjis. I don't know what happened. I think it's because of the autism and the anxiety. It just blew up, and it didn't even cross my mind to even try most of the time, except for like arigatou gozaimasu and like sumimasen. Everything else went boom, which is fine because it should be a good sign to anybody that hasn't been to Japan and you don't know Japanese. You will be fine. I'm like proof that you will be fine. Because yes, I understood stuff, but like as far as like speaking, nope. It was fine. It was totally fine. Especially in Tokyo. Tokyo was fine. I only had like one experience where there was definitely a language barrier, and it happened to, yeah, it was a food place, and that ended up being my least favorite food place. Even though they said they had an English menu, but like ordering was like such a hassle. I very little. I might as well just say I'm illiterate. Yeah. Kanji I never really was good at remembering, even while I was learning. And then because I haven't used it in so long, I don't. It's so bad. So, but I was like, you know what? I survived just fine. So, it's fine. And the other picture is, this is Shinjuku, because I was heading towards the Don Quixote, and so you can see the subway and you know, stuff like that. So it's always pretty views. The next day went to, this was Sumida, and Sumida is Tokyo Skytree. I didn't know there was a whole freaking mall. So boy, did I go buck wild with my money there. Because like, yeah, Skytree was cool. They had a Madoka Magica pop-up event going on there. That was another thing. If I had more time to plan, I didn't realize with freaking pop-up stuffs, like they're so hard to get in. Because I came across so many pop-ups. Because there was this one. There was a Kirby cafe here. I wanted to eat there for lunch, and they were like, nope, you had to have a reservation. I was like, oh crap. I think it was in Akihabara. I came across a One Piece pop-up. Same thing, just you needed a reservation or something. So I was just like, man, if I had known that, I probably would have like tried to make a reservation at some of these pop-up restaurants. Yeah. I didn't realize how gigantic the mall was, though. Like how big it was. It was so big. But yeah, so that's Skytree. And then I wanted to try McDonald's there, because like I've always heard that American fast food in other countries is different. So yeah, it was different. Tried to like teriyaki chicken. Wasn't bad. I liked the like portion size of the drinks. They were smaller. But yeah, don't laugh. It's true though. The food is different. Like I was looking at menus of American places and I was like, what? We don't have that. I was like, wow. You'd be surprised at how different sometimes it tastes, but also just like the menus are different. So yeah. I didn't try Wendy's. I think I saw one briefly, but I didn't try it. Did you not get the 128 ounce? I don't remember. Yeah, this was a small one. I just picked a meal and got a small drink. So yeah. See, yes, Barkley, yes. See, Barkley knows. It's worth a try because like you will see a lot there. You will see Burger King, you will see McDonald's, you'll see KFC, Denny's. There's like a lot. But I was specifically like, I want to try the McDonald's. So I didn't want to like try every American one because like I had to, since breakfast is taken care of, it's like lunch and dinner. It's like, you know, I try to make use of it. So yeah. So this is like the mall, like the entrance to the mall. In the mall there is a Pokemon Center. So yeah, I took some photos of the Pokemon Center where I did buy some stuff. I bought some Pokemon stuff there. It's cool. No Japanese Harpies. I'm not surprised if they don't have it. So yeah, it was pretty packed in the Pokemon Center. But it was just cool to see the Harpies. So yeah, that was in the Skytree. They had the Capcom store, but again, was sold out of Resident Evil stuff, so that was sad. This is here's a view. Here's one view from Skytree. It's so, I didn't go to, I didn't know which one to do, so I picked Skytree, but so I don't know if Tokyo Tower is better or the same, but like the view was just so awesome to be able to like look out and just all you see is the city, and then you're so high up so that everything looks so small. Like, wow, love it. Went to Skytree in the evening. Yeah, that was the only thing, is both me and the person I was traveling with are not night people. So yeah, we were definitely in before dark. I think only one day we weren't in before dark, but I was tempted by that. So I was like, I don't know if I want to like deal with trying to figure out how to go home at night. And then here's just a view of the tower, just looking at it, like looking up like this, like, whoa, it's so high. Because it's in a mall, and it's like on top of the mall or something. It's just really tall. It's really cool. I was gonna canoe in the evening in Tokyo River. You could do that? That sounds cool. I didn't know that. Left is pretty cool because they have like the one where you can actually look down, which is like really creepy to like look down, because you are how far? I think it's like 650 meters up. So it's really strange to like step on a glass and look down. I'd be like, whoa. And that's the feet revealed. There's my feet with the blue jeans and the blue shoes. How many freedom feet is it? I don't know. All I know is that elevator was fast as something. It was so fast like a plane that my ears were like trying to explode. Because you went up 650 like so fast. I was like, oh my god. Another picture of the, because they were advertising the Madoka pop-up that was inside of Skytree. It was packed, so I was like, and the Skytree was packed too. It took forever to get in. It took forever to get out. There's so many people. And then there's just another view where that's just your view. You can see the river there. You can see it's just so cool. It's like, wow. And you can see Sumida Park kind of from there as well. In the bottom right, like down here, that's Sumida Park right there with the cherry blossoms, and right there. That was cool. Was gonna go to Sumida Park, but because was still learning the metro and was so confused about it, we ended up going back to Shinjuku, and I actually appreciate it because went to Shinjuku Goen Park, which is, oh my god, so beautiful. I took so many photos. There's a sunset photo with like, you can see there's different sakura. Here's some, you can see there's a mix of sakura. Oh my god, it's so pretty. Here's more. I didn't try Yoyogi, but what I really enjoyed about Shinjuku Park, at least when I went, was I went at the perfect time, and I didn't know, because they have 3 different types of sakura trees in this park. And the time that I went was when one was like at its end bloom, and one was at its beginning bloom. So I got to see all 3 types of sakura in the park. It was awesome. So you can kind of tell here, you have like the really like vibrant pink, and then you got like the pink ones, and then you got the white ones. I was like, oh my god, yes, let's go. I was like, oh my god. I was like, wow. So yeah, you have lots. Yeah, if you go there and don't have photos of the sakura trees, I don't know what's your problem. Yeah, so here's just like a view where you could see, it's just like you just walk in and there's just sakura everywhere. Right side is just the Shinjuku Goen Park gate. You do have to pay to go in, but it's kind of cheap, and you can use your Suica card to get in, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And it was just packed full of people. Hey Table, how you doing? Welcome in and happy Tuesday. Thank you, thank you. Definitely enjoyed Japan. More sakura pictures because, like, I don't know, they're just so pretty. Like, I would take a photo and I'd be like, nope, I gotta take another one. So yeah, there's, you see this? This picture here on the left, you can see like the left one is kind of like a pink sakura. The middle is that like vibrant pink ones, and then the right is the white. So like, imagine being able to see all three kinds in one. That was so pretty. And then like I got a close up. Oh my god, they're so beautiful. They were so beautiful. Of course I took the photos. Yeah, they're explaining the varieties and how you got the white ones, they kind of like the early bloomers, the like pink ones are like the mid time, and then the really, really pinky ones are in April. I was like, yay. Perfect timing. I didn't know there was a greenhouse actually. I just kind of like walked a little bit and then just like was in awe. It was just kind of like, oh, I didn't just start like photographing for a long time. It's very pretty. I didn't know there was a I don't know if I saw a greenhouse. Again, just more close-ups at the variety of the sakura. Just so pretty. And being able to see different kinds. I was being a photographer, just photographing flowers. So that was, I think that was all day one. All right. This one is Meiji Jingu Shrine. It is a Shinto shrine. So that was the next day. So this would have been, wait, Skytree was Monday. And this is Tuesday. So this is Tuesday. This is a very large Shinto shrine. As you can see, people with the umbrellas, it was raining. But really pretty. I love the torii gates. Really cool to walk through those. I did get a taiyaki. I did try a natural taiyaki and it was really good. And then here is the actual shrine here where everybody's like praying on the right. It's really beautiful. It's like just beautiful architecture. Again, here's the shrine. Here's like the water for purification. Somebody dropped their umbrella. Yeah. When I went to Meiji, I went only with a hoodie, and halfway through it started, oh my, it started to rain. Ran back to 7. You know, but the good thing, I don't know. I feel like every 5 steps you take, there's rather a 7-Eleven, a Family Mart, or some, there's a Konbini somewhere and they have umbrellas. I just felt like every few steps I was like, oh, there's a Konbini, there's a 7-Eleven, there's this, there's a Lawson, you know, there's a Family Mart. I felt like they were just everywhere, which is kind of nice. But yeah, that's just a Meiji Jingu Shrine. But yeah, it was waning. These are like the sake barrels, so that was really cool. I think I messed up my food picture order, so the food is going to be messed up. Yeah. And the other side would be the next day. I went to, so basically what I did was I focused on like one like city a day and like seeing what was there. Yep, Harajuku, that is that really popular street. Really cool. No, this was the same day. I went to the shrine and then I went down Harajuku, whatever. I don't know what this street is called, but it was really cool. There was just so much down there. It was so overstimulating on like, you look here and you look there and there'd just be like all kind of cool stuff. Yes, I got it mixed up. At first I was like, oh yeah, it's different. No, it's the same place. Went to the shrine first and then went here because I had some reservations. I don't remember. I know I had. Oh, yes. The top one is the udon. I had some udon. That was the previous day. So I had some udon. And then I believe the next day I had sukemen. I believe that's what the second picture is. I had so many noodle dishes. So I'm like, Japan has so many different types. So yeah, I had like some udon, some sukemen. They just have so many different types, and they're all delicious, and they all taste different. Like something I plan to go for 2 weeks. Are you going again? I'm so jealous of people that can go so many times. Because I forced my Mr. to climb. How do you guys get the money to go so many times? I'm jealous. But yeah, I think this is udon here, and then this is the sukemen. Yeah, take John with you. Of course, I was like, oh my god, my baby, BTS. I saw Jin. No, this is Jimin. I saw Jimin. I was like, oh my god. So I fangirl for a moment, and I took a photo. Cause yeah, my booze, BTS. So yeah, I was like, wow, BTS. Oh my gosh. So I took a photo. Yes. So I was in Harajuku for the animal cafe. So I went to an owl cafe. I just did the regular entry, so they gave me juice, and then I was sitting next to like all of the different like owls and their names, and they were so cute. Climb Mount Fuji. I will say I don't have a lot of photos of the animal cafes because most of the photos are with me in it with the animals, and I wasn't going to really show my face or anything like that, and I was too lazy to be like, yeah, let me like go into an editor and like put a smiley sticker to cover it. I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna dox myself, so I'm just gonna show you like the non-pictures of me. So these are like the different owls they had. You don't want to dox owls. No, I did, because they had a snowy owl, which was apparently new. I really liked because the host there would be like, there are grumps. They're like, this owl's a grumps. You can't touch him. And then this owl with the hood, with the little hood on, is a grumps, and you also can't touch this owl. They're grumps. I was like, oh, okay. So they're gonna probably peck you, so you gotta leave them alone. But they were really pretty. Those two just kind of like stood around, and you could look at them. And then these were in the room. These owls here are in the part where you can actually like really get close to them. These were the ones that were just like, you know what? We're just gonna chill up here. Except this one in the middle would just every couple of minutes would just fly over our heads. Would like fly over across and then fly back. So we would always be like, oh, duck, there's a giant owl just flying over your head. The photo I don't have is we got to take a picture with an owl and got to feed owls, and also got to wear the glove, and the owl perched on your arm, and then you fed the owl, and then you got to like help them fly. Those photos, obviously I didn't want to dox myself. For any, because I heard people be like, an owl cafe, that's like so boring. It was so fun. If you have not tried, please try. You won't. I did not realize how gigantic these things could be and how tiny they could be. And being in there and being so close, you could just see how gigantic and how tiny. It's because they have so many different breeds. You get to touch them. Some of them you get to rub their cheeks. It's so cute. Like you got to like rub you do little cheek rubs. Some you like pat their heads, and then others it was like you had to like you touch their backs. Like depending on the owl, it was different ways you had to interact with them. It was so cute. Oh my god. I feel a little bad I do feel bad for them, but I understood that like that's true. But I did like with this cafe, they were like, nope, these owls are over here in this corner. Leave them alone. They need a break. So they did kind of seem to pay attention to like, nope, these owls need a break, and they would like give them a break, or have them be like up there where they could be left alone. Or in certain owls, they would be like, no, these you can't touch. These ones are on break. You can't interact with them at all. I did kind of appreciate that. But yeah, I do agree, like, it's not as dark as it should be for them. But yeah, I love... the tiny owls were off limits. When I went there, they were like, nope, these tiny owls need a break. So I only got to, like, look at them because they were in a little break corner. But they were adorable. I feel like the domestic ones turn the cycle around. I don't know, maybe. On the... Oh my god. I think my most favorite thing in Japan was the freaking micro pig cafe, which I didn't think I would love that much. Again, I don't have many photos because, again, most of the photos are of me. Oh my god. These... yeah, they're like puppies, and they just like, they want to sit on your lap, and then they fight over you. They like fight over it. Like, I was having pigs fighting to sit on my lap. And then like I think near the end of my time, I had like 3 of them, but they were like the kind of bigger ones. So I was like, oh my god, they're so heavy. But they would like climb on each other to like sit on your lap. I was like, oh my god, the amount of attention. It was like, oh, they were so cute. Even if you don't like if you're like, pigs are boring, no, they're not boring when they're like little puppies, like just trying to like sit on your lap and snuggle with you. Oh my god, chef's kiss. The one I went to that I will say, do the hour. I had booked an hour, but for some reason it didn't go through in their system. And I think they were just like, I can see you have a reservation, but we are all fully booked, but we still have to honor it. So we'll give you 30 minutes. So they gave me 30 minutes. I would have really loved the hour because it just didn't feel quite like I would have enjoyed the hour of just sitting there with little baby pigs just sitting on my lap for an hour. I'm shocked that the streamer loved it. I did. I loved the attention. Well, because they were fighting. Here's like, look at this little baby pig. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. There's little tiny, the little tiny ones are just so cute. The only thing I didn't like was like the bigger ones, even though they're not big by like pig standards, they just would sit on the little ones and like knock them off your lap. They just would like push them away. I didn't like that. Because I'll be like, hey, stop it. And the pig just would not care. They're just like, get out of my way. I'm going to sit on you, or I'm going to, you know, they would just like push the other pigs out of the way, or they would stack they would stack on each other to the point where they just couldn't fit. But I would highly recommend, if you're going to do it, same thing with the owl, make a reservation. Because with both of them, there were people that are trying to walk in. They were like, nope, you don't have a reservation. So I would do a reservation. I think there were some I walked past that you didn't need it. But I think I picked the like, I didn't know I picked the ones that were really good. So yeah, they needed reservations. And then the meal that I had there, I believe this was, I don't even remember. I know I had like udon, soba, skimin, ramen, soupless ramen. It was one of them. It was yummy. So I had a meal there. I think this was the ramen. It was yummy. Everything was yummy. All the food was yummy. Even freaking 7-Eleven, and you'll see I kept going to the konbini. Even the konbini food was good. So that was the food. Oh yeah, and then I went to a izakaya. I was like, oh, I gotta go, because like izakaya is like, I guess our version of like a bar and grill. Only regret not getting soba. No time. I know, right? It's like you can't fit everything. So izakaya is like a bar and grill. So there I got karaage. I got the seared rice cakes. The person I was with got sushi. I was like, nope, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. I did not eat the sushi. There were like seared, I can't remember what these were. Some type of, I think ham. These are like fried ham patties. And then I got the yakiniku. I got yakiniku because I was like, yes, yakiniku. So I got chicken and beef. I got the coolers. They were yummy. So that was like the dinner that night. And then often what would end up happening is I'd be like, go back to the hotel, chill for a bit, and then go, because my hotel had a 7-Eleven in it. You go to the bottom floor, it's still in the hotel, you don't have to go outside. There's a 7-Eleven it was an expensive hotel. They had a 7-Eleven in it. It wasn't like one of those ones where you gotta like walk out. Like, no, it's like literally incorporated into, so like I was going to 7-Eleven all the time because it was literally just there. So yeah, that was my run to 7-Eleven. I got some chips, I got a lemon drink, 2 lemon drinks, and a cheesecake. So yeah, because I was like, you know what, I'm going to utilize being able to go to a konbini as much as I can, because I'm not going to be able to when I leave. So yeah, so that was yummy. All right, you guys probably know this one. After that, Shibuya. Of course, we have to see the dog shrine. The shrine right in front of right when you get out of the metro. You have the shrine. You have the little monument to the dog there. There's a line to take a photo in front of it. So I was like, nah, I'm just gonna like stand, and then when somebody walks away and as they're switching to take photos, I just took a picture of Hachiko. I was like, I'm just gonna get a picture of Hachiko. I don't necessarily need a photo with Hachiko. I just want a photo of Hachiko. If you guys don't know, it's a famous dog that would always wait for its owner in front of the station, and then the owner died and the dog stayed there, was so loyal, just stayed there, and then like people would give the dog food and the dog stayed there till they died. So yeah, there's like a little memorial for Hachiko the dog. So yeah, of course I have to take a picture. Cute dog. Oh yeah, it's a really great statue to see. Of course, anything VTuber related, which was Hololive, I was like, oh cool. So Suisei tour, poster. So I took a photo of that because I thought that was cool, because it was VTuber related. Ever go again before you? I'm gonna leave you the go. Wait, geocache. Yeah, you could do that. I don't know if I can find it though. I don't know when's the next time I'm gonna go. I'll go back. I just don't know when. And then here's like, you can kind of see the crossing, but I was like trying to get the buildings on the right. I was like, oh cool. I just love seeing the buildings. I didn't get to take a photo because it was night and I was kind of lost trying to get back to my hotel. But I did see the 3D those 3D screens, advertisements on the building, and also like everybody was trying to look at it and take photos, and I was like kind of like lost, so I didn't get to take a photo because I was also like trying to figure where the hell do I go. But like I did see it. It was like a cat, so like the cat was like meowing and like purring, and like it was 3D. It was really cool, but I didn't get a photo of it. But I was in Shinjuku though. This is Shibuya. I did stop at arcade and the claw game place. The claw game really pissed me the fuck off because not gonna lie, there was this like Demon Slayer. It was like it looked like a popcorn tin, and I didn't get the tin when I saw the movie, and it looked like the popcorn tin. It had the freaking Infinity Castle image on it, but it was like chips inside. I'm sorry, I was so mad because I was trying so hard to get this freaking thing, and I had seen videos where like the people come and help you. Nobody helped me. They ignored me, and I was like, I'm out of coins and I'm not playing this anymore, and I left. So I was so mad at the claw. The claw games really made me mad. I'm not gonna lie. I was so bad at them. Because I tried another one too. I tried another place I was like, oh my god, I was so mad. Because I was like, oh, I could get a popcorn bucket, a demon slayer. Oh my god, I want it. And I think I could do it. And I was like, nope. I was like, oh, I was so mad. But yeah. So yeah, of course you gotta take photos of those. I was so angry though. There was another Tokyo store. So no, this might have been the same one. I can't remember. I don't know. Oh yeah, the one on the right. I was just like, what were the workers thinking? Like I know they were thinking something naughty there with how those dogs are positioned. If you take a look, you'll see what I mean. Yeah. It is, because I'm like, there's no way that was not on purpose. There's no way. Somebody did that on purpose. Exactly. I was like, oh, I had to take a photo of it because like those are little dogs doing doggy style. I was like, oh, okay. And these are like, there are kids in here playing these games too, but I was like, oh, okay. I hope no parent has to explain why the dogs look that way. So yeah, I found that funny though. It was my funny find. Although it does say you cannot play if you are 0 to 3. Yeah. Nintendo. And of course, if anybody doesn't know, Shibuya Crossing, also known as Shibuya Scramble, is this gigantic crossing where there's just there's thousands, a few hundreds, sometimes even thousands of people, depending on the time of day, that cross this crosswalk that like is like almost like an X formation. So I went up to a cafe. I went to like the cafe, like if you see the if you go there, there's a Starbucks, but if you go up, you can pay for a better view because the Starbucks is just slammed and some of it is covered, you can't see. So I went up and I paid. They give you unlimited drinks and food, and then I just kind of sat there and took photos and watched people. They were mostly foreigners, I'm not gonna lie. Here, the crossing, because like every single time there was the lights changed, you would see people, they would like, the light would change, they would run, and then they would stop and someone would take a photo of them, and then like you would see other people run, stop, and take a photo of them, and I was like, these are all foreigners. These are all gaijin. I think the person I was with was like, I bet you the natives probably are really annoyed seeing people run out, running away just to take a photo. I was like, probably. And yeah, and if you're there, you will see the Mario Karts. That's another thing where it's like, if I go back, my understanding is you need like a certain type of license to do some of these. So I would like to look into that because like I kept on seeing the Mario Kart races going on, and then they would all be dressed up in like Pokemon outfits. Yeah, that's what it was, international license. I was like, I couldn't like on the spot try to do it because I didn't have one, so takes a bit. But that was really cool being it, because you would see them just going every which way. Every like 5 minutes you would see a group of people Mario Karting down Shibuya Crossing. I was like, that's cool. And then you would just like see what they were dressed up as. Just yeah, photos of just watching them cross. Here is like a really crowded crossing. For lunch I did Shogun Burger, which was I got there when it opened and it was slammed. So I don't know if this is like popular or I don't know. But like I had to wait quite a bit to get in here. I wanted a Wagyu burger. So I'm like, I want Wagyu. And I don't want to have to worry about like language barrier, maybe like doing a grill. So I did the Shogun Burger. It was really good though. Like I'm not like I like burgers, but like I love this burger. It was so good. There was just a wait. So I was very confused when I got there because I'm like, it's opening time, and then I was like, why is there a long line? Why is it taking forever to get this burger? So I don't know if it's like a popular chain or if that particular one, or I don't know. I can't say I went at the wrong time. They just opened. But yeah, it was a really good burger. And it was Wagyu, so I got 2 for 1. And then, I freaked out. I did not know there was a pop-up for BTS. And it was in the building. Going up to the cafe, I started fangirling like crazy because this part was free. You could just walk in and take photos. So yeah, I was like, I did not include the photos of myself, like in front of, they were playing their title song Swim, the music video. So I kept on getting pictures of me, like when the members would like appear on the music. Yeah, so that's not included, but this was like some of the things that were like in this. It was almost like a little museum dedicated towards their new album. So I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, I had to take photos. So there are the photos. The only thing I was really mad about was like, I didn't know on the other side there was merch. There was so much BTS merch and I wanted to buy it. But apparently, again, you needed to have it was a lottery. You had to have applied for a lottery and got a lottery ticket in order to enter. And it's not like you could apply for the lottery when you were there. You had to have done it in advance. So when I looked to be like, oh, can I apply for the lottery was like for the following week. So I was like, damn. Yeah, I'm like, that's Japan. It must just all be, you gotta have reservations and lotteries. So I was like, I couldn't do the merch. So I took photos of my bays. Look at all my boys, all 7 of them. I love them all. I love every single one of them. Jimin, Suga, RM, Jin, Taehyung, Jungkook, Hobi. I love them all. The right side is I think this was the worst food. The food wasn't bad, but like, why was the bread that huge? Why was the naan that big? It was raining really, really bad, and it was windy, and it was raining. And so we were like, yeah, we're not gonna go walking around trying to like find a place. We're gonna go to the closest place. And I was like, what's the closest place that says they have an English menu? And it was like an Indian restaurant, and they said English menu. Yeah, that was a half lie. Yeah, but look how big the freaking I cannot explain to you how big it was. It was huge, because under it is the meat. But this was the only time I had a difficulty ordering food because of the language barrier. Because like, yeah, the menu was in English, but like they had this certain way of ordering where it's like, oh, because I ordered this, you have to pick 2 different curries. But like, they couldn't explain. It was so hard for them to explain that like you had to like pick 2 different curries, and it had to be from this or you had to like pick certain things, and like you can't have rice with this, it's only naan. It was like really, really difficult to like get the order through. I felt like, I was like, oh my gosh. And what was funny is like, and then a Chinese couple came in, and they had an even worse time. They could speak English though. Their English was good, but like, I could tell like they were having such a hard time as well, to the point that then the worker grabbed their phone and started using Google Translate, because the Chinese people were just like, do you have an English menu? And they were like trying to order, and they're like, do you have any? Because like it was in English, but it's like the whole like ordering was so just complicated. So I didn't enjoy this meal simply because of the language barrier. So yeah, so I would say that was probably at the bottom. Not that the food was bad, but it was just like, it was so uncomfortable, like going back and forth and not being able to. And of course all my Japanese disappeared, so yeah. This is the Metropolitan in Shinjuku. Because you can go up, obviously, 2 different towers and the views. This blurry one is like where Mount Fuji is supposed to be. And it was a nice day because you can kind of see on the other side, right? Like it's clear, but it's like it could be clear on one side and be cloudy on the other, because it was clear looking at one side, and then you go to the other glass where the Mount Fuji is supposed to be. It's hiding. It was hiding in the clouds, so I couldn't get that. But the view is really pretty, and they have like a gift shop there, so it was nice. And then, of course, when I woke up on Friday, guess who decided to say hi? From my hotel, of no less. It was indeed Mount Fuji. Actually, the middle picture is the first. The middle is the first one that I took because I didn't see it. I woke up, I didn't really notice it. I noticed the moon. So I took a photo. I was like, oh, the moon is pretty. I took a photo of it and I went in the bathroom. And then I heard, oh, come here and look. Is this Mount Fuji? I'm like, oh my God. So I was getting ready and stuff. And then I get out and then, yep, there's Mount Fuji. So I got the pictures I needed right from the window. Which I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that it said hi. I was like, that was really nice. So yeah, that's Mount Fuji. And then, of course, I went to Akihabara. Because if you're a weeb, if you love anime, you are going to go to Akihabara. Because that is where you will find all the anime stuff and electronics and games in Akihabara. Get your climbing boots. So yeah, there's a photo of Akihabara, Taito Station. You see them everywhere for the arcade. So that was the arcade that I went to in Akihabara. So yeah, all the cool anime stuff. Arcade. I did play taiko drumming. I wanted to play because there was the Demon Slayer song, but like it was so hard navigating that I ran out of time. I don't even know what I played. I played something. There was Street Fighter. When I was looking, I went to the video game. I don't know what happened to my photo. I did take a photo of like they had like the old PlayStations. They had like PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, you know, all the old systems. I know I took a photo. I couldn't find it. But I did find OG Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 for the first PlayStation. So I was like, oh, that's cool. So I took a photo of that because I was looking at all the antique, I guess at this point they're antique video game consoles and stuff. Most of the people are what? I don't know. They might push you down the mountain. And of course, here we go, more photos of Akihabara. And I liked how you could see the tower from there. It was really cool being able to see it from afar and not have to bend your neck to look up. You could just see it straight right there. I don't know why it's something disconnected. So yeah, that's cool. This lunch was so good. It was literally just a it was just a dumpling place. Yeah, it was just like the main was those, which was really like okay. I didn't expect it to be I didn't expect it to be like a whole meal because it's gyoza. So it literally was just a gyoza restaurant, and it was the meal. So I picked the 6 gyoza. You get gyoza, here's egg, here's soup, like glass noodles with vegetable and rice. And it was very filling. They love eggs there. There's just so much egg stuff. I kind of came to realize that like there's just egg in everything. I swear there's so much egg dishes, like egg in in so much stuff. Like a bunch of like when I went to look at the like a lot of the burgers had eggs and just eggs in everything. And not that I have a problem with it. I was just like, wow, they really love eggs here. But the gyozas were like obviously handmade there. They were so good. Again, this is another place where we had to wait. I did not know it was popular. It was in Akihabara. I had to wait. I really loved how when each customer left, the person at the cash register would like step out and would be like arigatou gozaimasu and bow. I didn't really see that in every place, but that place he would bow to every patron that left, so that was really cool. So yeah, that was the lunch for the day, and then of course pit stop at the konbini. So I got the egg sando with salad to kind of balance it out. The Pringles sucked. I didn't like the Pringles, so I didn't eat the Pringles. I just ate the salad and the sandwich, and it was yummy. And then no, that was Thursday. Friday, I went to Asakusa because I was going to the Sensoji temple. So I was dumb and went early because the temple said it was open early. So I was like, okay, I can go early, start my day early. Yeah, well, the shops that I wanted to look at were closed. They didn't open till like 11. It is really pretty. If please, next time you go to Sensoji temple. Meiji Jingu is a Shinto temple. Sensoji is Buddhist. So I wanted to go to a Buddhist temple. So this is the Buddhist temple, since, you know, it's one of the religions that they... So this is really pretty, this walkway here. They decorate it with sakura blossoms. Yes, you gotta go and yes on my pictures. Here's where you do the ritual cleaning, where you gotta like pour it on one hand, pour it on the other hand, put it in your mouth and spit it out to like purify yourself. So that's the purifying. There's just like a gate. So that's cool. Here is the actual like gate to go in to the Sensoji temple. It is really cool, and you can actually see like the little gods there to the side. It's really pretty. And here you can kind of see it from afar. I went too early, but if you go later afternoon, I didn't know this. If I would have known this, I would have done this. If you go later, out here in front of the main gate, there's people that will rent kimono to you. So if you wanted to like walk around this temple in kimono, they are there renting kimono. I just didn't know because I went too early. Here is part of it. It just looks so beautiful. This temple just has so many different parts to it, because there's like different monasteries and things like that. So that's one. Again, there's sakuras blooming there, so I was like, ooh, I could get a picture of like part of the temple and the cherry blossom. So it's really pretty. This right here on the left is the inner sanctum, and this is where you do the prayers. They also, here is where you do, like you might have seen in anime, you could do the fortunes. So there, I forgot to take a photo of it. So basically you put in 100 yen, and then you shake this thing and you get a stick with a number, and then you open up the little drawer that matches the number, and then you get a fortune. And your fortune is rather good, medium, bad, and I think it's like really bad. And like if you have a bad fortune, you like fold the paper up and then you tie it to the there's a thing that you tie it to essentially cast away your bad fortune. It's like, that's really cool. They have that. There's incense that you can burn to like give yourself good fortune. So like there's like fortune stuff at this temple. There was like it was closed off. I was like, oh, look at this samurai like statue. That's really cool. So I took a photo of that. They have a koi pond with gigantic koi. So I got a photo of that. They were really pretty. And then I love, this is the back side of the pond, but this right side was like chef's kiss photo, because you can see the koi, you can see the cherry blossoms, and you can see the temple all in one. Yes, I can't wait for you to go and I definitely suggest these places. They're just so beautiful, and they're rich in history, and architecture. I forgot what these are called, but I had heard about these candied strawberries. And they had them there, so I was like, oh, I'm getting those. Because they had when the stalls had opened up. So I was like, yes, I'm getting these strawberries. It was really good. I was like, oh, this is really cool. It's really good. Because I have not seen it in the States. They may have it in like California or something, but not where I'm at. I haven't seen these. So I was like, I'm getting it. Check your ass to weird places. And then I took a break because this was 24 hours before my flight, so it was check-in time. So I went to a Starbucks and to wait so I could check in for my flight. So I had like this, it was a cake. I've never experienced the taste of this cake. It was really good. And then I got like a drink that they don't have on the menu here. It was like a yuzu citrus drink, a tea. I got like a yuzu citrus tea. No fighting. So I like ate and drank while I did my check-in for my flight. Oompa, oompa, doopa-dee-doo. Oh, this... Ironically, I think this was my favorite place to eat, and it will not make sense because I hate sushi. I hate sushi, but I went to the revolving sushi place called Sushiro, and oh my god, did I eat so much. It was so good. Oh my gosh. Especially for me, because I did not know there existed cooked sushi. So they had like seared salmon, but my preference here was the chicken. They had the cooked chicken. So I was eating chicken sushi. That stuff was fire, and I was just inhaling. They were so good. Sushi, I know it hits different, and I was just like, I have to try it. Like, I'm here. The salmon was okay, but oh my god, I loved the chicken so much. I was just and then they had like a hamburger sushi. I was like, I gotta try that. I loved how they even had desserts. So I was like, yep, there was like a little like kiosk at your thing. So you just would like press, I want this, I want this, I want this. And then you would wait, and then you could see on the right, it just like shows up, it rolls out, and then you just take it off. So they would just like roll out, and then you would take your sushi, and then you would order more, and they would roll out on the conveyor belt to like your side. And then like, yeah, so it was just like order, and it wasn't that bad. It was like for 2 people, and we ate a lot of food. It was like US $30. Only $30. Whereas like if you went and tried to get like the cheapest like dishes at like, let's say, Cheesecake Factory, because I was just there on Sunday with my bestie, that was like $42. And it wasn't even like, you know, you were getting like a bunch of food. It was like you got one dish, $42. Here, $30, and it was like sushi after sushi after sushi after sushi, and drink and dessert. Oh no. Goodbye, Barkley. I'm sorry. So yeah, Sushiro, if you go to Japan, I really suggest, if you want to try conveyor belt sushi, do it. You order via, I'm gonna say this, there's a lot of places where you can order via the not abuse. Yeah. You can order via tablets or kiosks, and they have English. So if you're somebody that's like maybe nervous about the language barrier, there's so many places with kiosks or tablets at the table that you don't have, you just click English and then you order. Or when you walk in, yeah, you click it, you order, good, easy peasy. So yeah, this place was so good. Sushiro, if I go back, now I'm gonna go back to Sushiro. This was dry noodles, so I had dry ramen. I had no clue what dry ramen was. It was really good. I did it wrong because I was like, okay, there's no soup in it, and there's this bottle that says soup. So when the lady delivered it to me, I grabbed the soup thing, and she was like, no, no, no. I was like, oh, what? Okay. They're just like, no. Like, okay. They're like doing the motion to mix. So I was like, okay. So I mixed it, and then there's like sauce at the bottom. So it was really good. Yeah, most of them do, but it's like if you still have to like verbally, like I had the one issue where it's like, yeah, the menu was in English, but like it didn't work. But it was only at one place. Other places it was like I could point and it was fine. But a lot of them had kiosks. And then yeah, I had some dango because I'm like, well, Japan, dangos, rice cakes. So I got some rice cakes to round out my trip because I was at the airport. I got some rice cakes at the airport because I was looking for them at the temple. I didn't see any. I was hoping to find like meat dango, but I didn't see any. So I got just some, yeah, soy sauce dango at the airport. So yeah. And then I just kind of this is what my hotel looked like. So pretty big. I like knew, because I'm not the type to just like go spend morning till night out. I'm the type that like would go out and then come back, gotta recharge a little bit in the hotel and then go out again. So I wanted space because it's 2 people, need our own spaces. So yeah, so I got a place with 2 beds, and I also had a couch and a desk, so like could come back and then could, you know, not be in a smushed tiny little thing. Had like ample space. So I enjoyed that. I did try the bidet, not gonna lie. I'm not sure if I liked it though. It was really weird. I did like that the seat heats up. That was kind of cool. I don't know if I really enjoy it. Maybe it's just something you have to like use multiple times over to, I don't know, prefer or like, but I thought it was like okay. I just kind of felt like, I don't know. It's a little bit strange for me. How do you know? How do you know, Barkley? How do you know? And that's it. That's all my photos. Yeah. I was worried I wasn't going to get through 60 pages of photos. Yeah, if it's deleted, that means no. Let me see here. Close that. And we can go here. So yeah, that was my trip in a nutshell, because I pretty much photographed and documented just about everything. Because I kind of wanted to be able to like come back, talk about it, but also have it documented for myself, so that when I go through my pictures, I could be like, oh yeah, this was this day and this was this day. So I want to buy, you get like these like little printers where you can like print out your photos. I want to print them out and put them in like a little, you could buy sticker ones and make a journal. That's what my bestie does. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Barkley. I enjoyed having you here. I enjoyed those of you that have gone, that kind of shared your experiences. Because it's nice to hear what other people experienced. And like what they did. Because it's nice to be able to like, now I get to say like, oh yeah, if you talk about something, I might actually know what you're talking about now, instead of being like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never been. Now I can kind of be like, oh yeah, I might know now. What? Did you really want to ask that, John? Because I feel like that's a self-answered question. It's Barkley. Climbed a mountain by accident when I went. So you went like actually to to the base of the mountain. It's like, that's the thing I'm wondering about. If, like the next time I go, it's like do like a day trip. Like, do you just do like a day trip? Do you have to climb it? Because like to me, I would be fine just like getting close. I don't know if I would actually climb the whole mountain. Yeah, I don't know about that. Because I do want to actually like be able to like see it, but I don't know if I want to climb it. I feel like that's a lot of work. So that's a lot of work. I just kind of want to like be able to get like a clear, nice, close view. I'll be happy with that. They close the gates to Fuji at a certain point, like during the day, or like certain times of the year. What? What do you mean? Why would you close it at 2 or 3? So then you're only meant to really look at it from afar. So that tells me you're really meant to look at it from afar than to really be messed around on the mountain. That's what it sounds like. Didn't they like put up a wall like at a popular spot where people would like stop and look at it? I feel like they put up a wall or something, or like a tarp. I remember hearing that. Like there was like I think it was a Lawson or something. There was some conveni where everybody would go, and I feel like they put something up. No. I feel like they were tired of so many tourists going there that they put something up. I feel like I read about that. Went to Kyoto and did 1,000. What do you mean? You went to 1,000 torii gates, or is that like a specific place? I didn't know it was the actual mountain. I was crying near the end. I was climbing. Oh, I'm climbing for 30. Is like climbing upstairs for 30 minutes. And I saw the map. I saw. Oh my god. Some Spanish dude audibly yelled in pain. I heard a number of people speaking Spanish. That was like really cool. I was like, look at all these people. And they weren't like Spain Spanish. I knew they were like Latin American Spanish. So I was like, that's cool. That's really cool. There was a lot. I think it was a decent amount. I feel like the language that I heard the most was German. A lot of German. I feel like Russian and Spanish. I feel like that's like the most, the tourists, like the pockets of tourists were definitely that. The most. Probably like English speaking too, but yeah, definitely Spanish. During the, I'd say I wouldn't want to climb, so I'd probably just like go and look at it. That's true. I mean, it is a whole mountain, so I guess, yeah, they don't want you going there late and then getting stuck. It's that fox shrine in Kyoto? Okay. You did? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go up and check this thing 30 minutes later. What did I put myself through? Oh, that sounds so, oh, that sounds like pain. Kyoto is like the next, definitely the next spot I want to see. You laugh, Mystic, but watch, he'll probably trick you into doing it. I would not put Barkley put it past Barkley to just be like, hey, Mystic, yeah, there's this really cool, let's go look at this thing. And then you have no idea 30 minutes later, you're still going up some stairs. I would not put it past Barkley to do that. Fuji climb is two-day climb. But if they close the gate, how do you climb it? How do you do that? Are there like stations where you can stay? Or are you supposed to like camp there? That doesn't, I'm confused. That's confusing. He's doing it. I got sleepy vibe. Wait, you guys are all going together? I'm so jealous. I did not know that. You guys are all going together? Wow. Wow. That makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Not like the other mountains don't have base stations where you can stay. I'd be scared to do that though. What if the mountain decides to wake up? What if it just decides, you know what? Today is the day I wake up. I wake up. Because sometimes they do that. It's really rare, though. Oh, when I was there, they had an earthquake. I didn't feel it, though. I remember being on the subway, and for some reason, I saw an alert that's like, earthquake. I was like, wait, what? But it was, I think, a prefecture over from where I was. So I didn't feel it. The person I was with started to get all freaked out, like, oh my gosh, we gotta be so careful. And I'm like, it already happened, dude. Like, come on. I don't know why you're scared. Like, if it was something, you would have felt it. And I was also just like, I'm from the West Coast and I've been through some earthquakes, so there's no point in just like worrying over them. Like, they're gonna happen, and if they happen, like, you'll probably be okay. You'll probably be all right. It's built for that. He called you at 12:30 at night and said, hey, want to climb the mountain? And you said yes. You're like, yeah, I do. We plan to, and of course, I would love for you to come if things switch up for you. That's cool. I'm actually excited for you all like going together. That sounds really fun. Every time I see an earthquake alert on my phone, I just yell, it's the big one. That's cool. Sleepy, Vi, Mystic, and Barkle all together. That's totally not going to be chaotic, because I feel like two of them are going to cause chaos at least. I feel it. You guys should bring John along as well. John can keep everybody reined in. How many in that group speak Japanese? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because like you can probably get around, but I'm curious. Or is it just gonna be like, we're all a bunch of kaijin? We'll make it through. Something will burn. Yeah, I think something's gonna happen. I called them at random times and asked. 8? 8 people. Wait, you said Mystic, Barkle, Vi, and Sleepy. That's 4. That's 4 people. I know my math. That's 4 people. That's not 8 people. That's a lot of people. But that sounds like fun. And you have time to say, although they did raise prices, and the prices will probably continue to raise. They've raised prices on accommodations in Japan, and they've raised prices on airlines. So there's that. But I don't know like what the prices will be. I don't know when you're like, I did hear they're like saying like with travel now, even after you book, they can still increase the price. I'm like, how? Like how? Like if I've already booked, I've already paid. How are you gonna like increase the price more? I was reading they're like gonna do that for like, I don't know like if it's for all flights, but they were saying like, yep, expect that. I'm like, oh my gosh. That sucks. Nihongo. See, I know the Nihongo part and like, oh, and I forgot whatever Sareru. That's about it. Like I'm in kindergarten now. Although I guess Japanese kindergarten probably could read that. You got the idea. I got Sleepy, Mystic, me, Vi, and others are on baby. But Sid might go and partners. That's cool. Very cool. Yeah, I figured I probably wouldn't have time for like hand cam stuff. I might, if it decides to work, we can probably like do some of tomorrow. I don't think I have to show everything like snacks and stuff, like maybe just like the anime stuff. I also had the pictures. We'll see. I also want to play more. I want to play more Resident Evil. I missed it. It should mean I can speak Japanese. Probably. It's just I can't read. I can't read, guys. I'm a VTuber. VTubers can't read. You expect me to read another language? Oh my gosh. Sleepy say he's gonna probably. But I've also heard you say you're gonna push thie into Mount Fuji. So VTubers. VTubers, yeah. We can't read, man. It's gonna be a push fest on Mount Fuji, and then we're gonna have a news. There's gonna be a news alert about how this group of gaijin pushed each other into the mountain, and then they're gonna ban foreigners from being able to go up Mount Fuji. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the other thing they've done too, is they keep on adding like native prices, and then if you're not Japanese, like the price is more. I experienced that. I think it was Odawara Castle, yeah, where it was like, yeah, the residents pay this, but if you're a foreigner, you gotta pay more. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay. Not that it was like that expensive. It was like, oh, okay. I don't know if that's new or if that's just like they're increasing that more. But I feel like I saw it here and there where it was like separate pricing if you were a native or if you were a foreigner. Barclay bans foreigners from Fuji. Probably. I wonder if I get a discount because I'm probably I'm assuming you'd have to speak it and fully look it. I don't know how they determine that, because I've heard people that are like residents, so like technically they're Japanese, but even they get hit with the I don't know, like I don't know how they determine that. That's a good question. Maybe you can pass it and get like the discount, or maybe they'll catch you because you're with a group of people that aren't. I don't know. Last time I was there, I spoke to them in Japanese and they handed me the locals menu. There you go. See, there you go. Local menu has more. Wow. Oh, time to learn. Yeah, time to learn. You got a year. You got a year to become fluent. I think that's what it is. I think it's like you have to be fluent. You have to be able to speak it and or look it. If you don't look it, then you have to like be able to like be fluent enough to like convince them to give you the menus or the discounts, or you just have to be a foreigner that like, I guess, pass the look test. I don't know how they determine it. They're gonna see a white Mexican and hand Mystic an upcharge pass immediately. They might. You never know. Not fluent, but I could hold up a conversation without looking at it. There you go. I mean, maybe that's enough. I don't know. That I don't know. Well, that's probably decently fluent then. Oh. Yeah, I don't know that guy. Look. But I've heard that even people that speak well will be given, you know, and then they have to like really be like, but I live here, I'm a resident. I've heard stories of that where they still like they have to like request it or whatever. I don't know. I am a foreigner, so I already know, and I don't speak it well enough. It doesn't like bother, I guess. I'm just like, whatever. But I feel for people that maybe live there and have to deal with that, even though they're like, I know there's people that get residency there. They might have to deal with that. Even though they're like residents. You know, a few residents end up holding up their resident card to oh, okay. So maybe, yeah, you have to do that. You have to prove it. Prove it. Your language isn't enough. You gotta show the card. I heard that's getting harder too. Like I heard like they're, or at least they're trying to increase like business visas. I saw the price that they want, like how much they want to increase it. I was like, whoa. I feel like a lot of businesses are probably going to go out of business, small businesses, for the people to have business visas. If they pass that, the amount of money that they, because I think it was like, I don't remember what it was, but I know like the amount that they want to increase it to, like essentially what you need in your bank or whatever, is a lot. Where it's like, whoa. I was like, oh my gosh. Lots of restaurants and people essentially run a business. Yeah. We're in the papers, please. Because they have explosive tourism. Like they're tired of it. But yeah, I was thinking a lot of restaurants, like small, yeah, especially small restaurants are probably 30 million yen in the bank and at least one Japanese resident hired. How much is 30 million yen in USD? Let me see. I remember it was like some ridiculously high amount of money. 30 million yen to USD. That's almost $200,000 in the bank. $189,000 in the bank. That's a lot of money to have in the bank. I mean, I know if you're running a business, but that's a lot to be sitting in the bank. Like I could understand if it was like value or something. Like that's a lot. Just sitting there, that's, because if you have that much sitting there, you're not a small business. Like you're not a small business. Because I was thinking about that, because I remember hearing that, and that Indian restaurant that I went to that I didn't really like as much, they did, like obviously they'd hired a native Japanese that was working there, but I was like, it didn't seem full, and we passed by it like on the way to the hotel, and they weren't open until later on in a day. So I was thinking to myself, I feel like a place like that probably might not have that kind of money laying around. I don't know if they passed it or if that's something that they're working on passing, but I'm just like, wow, you really don't want foreigners. You really don't want the foreigners. Like, yikes. Oh shoot, it passed. Wow. And didn't they increase the fees too? I think they made it harder to get all kinds of visas, my understanding. I think like fees increased, and I think the difficulty increased. It's just like, it's really clear. They're like, hey, we're kind of tired. Any new applicants, it affects them immediately. Wow. Exiting visa holders have 1 or 2 years to meet the criteria. Existing. Japan is in their sitting president. Yeah, they are. Yeah. That's kind of sad. But each country to their own. They're gonna do what they want to do. Doesn't affect me. I'm not trying to live there. That was something I want to do when I was way younger. But I have a full career here, so it doesn't affect me. But I do feel for people that want to, because it sounds like it's getting a lot harder. Because I heard like even just the regular visas are much more harder to get now. Like all across the board, they're all harder to get. So I feel for anybody that's like in that position of like wanting to, because it seems like it's a lot harder. And I feel like that's a hard position to be in when you see a country making it harder. But that, but it doesn't affect me. I can only just feel for those that it does affect. So I think the stricter there's stricter language requirements. I think the price to renew has gone up There's a lot. There's a lot of changes, but what can you do? Oh yeah, Hokkaido. I want to go to Osaka. Osaka. I would like to go to Osaka. I would like to go to Kyoto. I would like to go to Okinawa as well, because like it's the beach tent. It's like a beach place. But that's so I don't know if I can go that many times. I feel like a lot of them are trips on their own, or you'd have to go for like 2 weeks and be like a week here and a week here. And if I were to do that, I'd have to do it in the summer, and I don't want to go there in the summer because I don't want to die of heat. So, yeah. I know it gets quite hot there, and I'm not a fan. So I thought the time that I went was all right. I think it rained too much. Little chilly, but that was on me because I didn't bring a coat. Because for some reason I was like, it's spring, I could just wear a sweater, a zip up sweater. I should have brought a light jacket and I would have been fine. Okinawa would be fun. My buddy wants to do Hong Kong later this year, so it would be a cool place to stop by. Yeah. Ooh, Hong Kong sounds fun too. But that would be another nice one to go to. Hong Kong. And then have like a little beach trip. Okay, let me see who's on because it is past 10. I'm trying to be very good with how to put it. Going to bed on time, a little bit before bedtime, just so that I don't have any kind of like, I don't know. I just want to make sure that my sleep like schedule or whatever time is not messed up by any means. So I've actually been trying to go to bed like no later than like 11:50, pretty much 11. So yeah. Hong Kong seems fun until the dude goes to Chinese prison. Well, they probably did something. I don't even get. What do you mean? How many times have you been to Japan? Barkley, I just curious. How do you, like, are you rich? Are you rich? Because I know you just finished college. How are you able to travel so much? I feel like when I finished college, I did not. Maybe I picked the wrong career. I was not able to travel to that degree. I was also paying student loans off, so kinda yes and no. It's a yes. You're like some kind of rich. You're some. Okay, I'm gonna put it in my mind. I'm just gonna believe that Barkley is some kind of rich, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. Enjoy your life. You do you. Especially if you're really super young, like right out of college, and you can get all that stuff done. It's like there are some people I know that do the 30 before 30, where they try to do like 30 countries before they're 30, 40 before 40. Like there's like those kind of things. I feel like if you have the funds to do it, why not? It's a challenge, and why not? Plus, you can count the ones you've already done. Every time he gets banned, he reduces the trust funds. He's like, oh no. Well, he's not around, so no one would tell him. So you're fine, Barkley. Here's a safe place. So, guess I need to do 40. 48. Oh, 8. You've been there 8 times. Wow. I'm jealous. That's so cool. I've been there once. I've been to like Germany twice. And I've been to Canada. And I've been to the Bahamas. That's if I include trips when I was young. Yeah. What really stuck me was the student loans. I was paying off student loans for so long. It took me a long, because I had to do the whole like student loan forgiveness, like once you taught for so many years, so that got me. I've never been to. Both are good. Both are nice. I do want to go back to Germany. That's the other thing too, is like there are other places I want to go. As much as I love Japan and want to go again, I also want to go back to Germany because I only went there as a child. I do want to go to some type of tropical place. I want to go to Hawaii. I want to go to Canada. I want to go to Korea. Tempted on Australia. So it's like, do I go to the same place multiple times or do I try other countries? I'm leaning towards trying other countries while weaving in Japan, like maybe, I don't know, in a couple of years or something. I don't know. I once went to the Fair Isles for a sweater. What do you mean? I'm only going to Japan now. I mean, hey, whatever makes you happy. I didn't get much travel in, and there's just places I want to go, and I know that you're not getting younger and your future is not guaranteed and your health is not guaranteed. So you could say, oh yeah, one day I'm gonna go here. That one day might not come. Maybe you lose your ability. So I just these are places I want to go. So I want to go to Korea. I love K-pop. I love Korean food. I could go with my bestie and not worry about language at all. So like that, I think my next big international trip is probably South Korea. Yeah. Plus she keeps telling me to go. So yeah. I should have known that was a just kidding because you just said Hong Kong. And that's not Japan. I'm glad you went. Yeah, I'm glad I went to. It was a long time in the making, and I'm just happy I finally saved up enough and was able to go. And anybody that hasn't went, I really hope that you guys are able to go. And those that can go again, enjoy it. Getting that locals menu in Korea, exactly. Because she'll get it. But she's Korean. Okay, let me see who's on. So we could continue yapping tomorrow for a little bit and then hopefully play. All right, I'm going to raid the person that, so we're not going to be streaming on Friday on my channel. We're going to be on Poku's channel because they invited me as a guest. So why don't we raid them so that if you don't remember them, you can remember them or get to know them. And then on Friday, I will put the link to their channel and you will find me there. So I won't be on my channel. I will be online, but you'll find me on their channel because they invited me onto their talk show. South Korea seems like a vibe. Exactly. It is a vibe. I want to go because I have somebody that I don't have to worry about the transit. I don't have to worry about the language. And she's already like got some stuff planned out. She's like, we're gonna go to the palace and we're gonna dress up in hanbok because you can rent the hanbok and then we're gonna walk around the palace in hanbok. And I'm like, heck yeah. And then she's like, and we might even do the hot, because like I don't know, it's all of Asia, but like places like Korea, you can go do full on health checks. Like you go to the hospital and it only takes like 2 hours and you can get like everything checked for like $1,000. You can get everything checked that normally in the US, like you have to have a specific problem in order for them to do all these different type of like medical checks. You can just go to the hospital there and then just get everything checked and they give you the reports and they can deliver it to you in English and you could take it back with you. And I'm like, I'm tempted because I'm tempted in that because she wants to do it and I'm like, I might want to do it too. Will your friend take me to Korea? I could ask her. She's very kind of timid about strangers. I'm not gonna lie, she got mad at me when I used her address once, but I didn't want to dox myself. Oh, she got so mad. But I could ask. But yeah, she's already been like, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. I'm like, okay, sounds cool. Thailand, you can do that. I know Korea, you can do that where it's like you go to the hospital. I think Thailand's a little bit cheaper. in Korea, and $1,000 is if you get the like higher tier, but there are certain Asian countries where they have top tier medical and they will do it in English, and it's like it doesn't take all day. It takes like maybe an hour to 2 hours, and you could just get so much done that in the US they would not check it for you unless you like, oh, I got a pain. They will check it, and then the doctors will go over everything with you, and then they will give you the reports, because if there is anything found, you could take it back with you and then get it like followed up in America. So I'm like, that sounds really nice, like a good way to like get a full picture of your health. Sounds good to me. In Turkey, yeah, I feel like Turkey is really popular on health tourism as well. I feel like the cheaper option is Thailand, and then there's also Korea as an option. I think Korea is just a little bit more expensive than Thailand. I don't know the price of Turkey, but yeah, a lot of people do that. Because she was telling me, especially like people that have moved here from like Korea, they will just do that. They'll be like every couple of years they will just go back and then go to the hospital, do like the full-on thing to do like their physical. Because like our physical is like they draw your blood. What they consider a physical is like doing all the scans, doing lots of different like tests and EKGs and you know, if you're a woman, a mammogram. They do colonoscopy. They like do everything and check everything. Like that's what's considered their physical. Whereas us, it's like you get a blood drawn and they say you're good or you're bad based off of that. So, yeah. Well, yeah, they do have ball tourism. Yeah. I'll get those scans covered by insurance after I'm done. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to raid, but I had a lot of fun. It was fun sharing. It was fun hearing from those of you that have already been. Getting to like share our experiences. I hope we get to share some more. Definitely we can chat in DMs. Those of you that have been there and want to talk about it, I'm open to it. As well as like, yeah, I'll probably have to start making a list of suggestions for, I don't know when's the next time I'll be able to go, but I do want to go again for sure. We don't I like that, but I don't want to come off as pretentious to the person I raid. So I think I would prefer just this one. Cause like I don't want to like come off as like I don't know. I feel kind of like I don't know. I'd feel a little bit bad. Like I like it, but I don't want to like take away from the streamer to be going in there, because it's gonna definitely change the subject. So yeah. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna raid Tokuichi Sake. We will be on their stream on Friday. So let me get that set up. Thank you guys for hanging out, for listening to me yap, for sharing your experience as well. I really liked hearing your guys' insight on what you saw and what you did. And it's nice now to be able to connect those things. So let me go ahead and go over here. All right, and let me get this set up. So raid Tokuichi Sakai. All right, so yeah, we can go in there and say hi. Just say hi to them, because that's where we'll be on Friday if you can make it. And it's just, yeah, so they're not a stranger to you. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. We might do a little bit of hand cam if I can get it to work, and then hopefully jump into more Resident Evil, because yeah, I missed playing. So I want to get back into the game. You remember? I'm glad you remember. So yeah, I will see you guys later. Thank you guys for hanging out, for listening to me yap, to look at my pictures, to share your stories. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. I appreciate you guys for coming back, because I know I've been on a hiatus, and you know, it hadn't been that long since I had traveled already. So much appreciated, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.
That's not very good. That's not very good. Hold on. Done. Me?